So how long have you been golfing for, and how did you get into one-armed golf?
So I've been golfing now for about 30 years plus. I got into golf through my dad. Just went up to a field and then just started chipping and playing around there, and I went up from there.
How did you find out about one-armed golf?
It was through family and then a few friends, and then just bits on social media websites, and then just learnt from there really where everything was and where people started coming to tournaments. So.
Have you played at this golf course before, or played in this tournament?
Yeah, I played in this tournament now. This is my 6th or 7th time I've played in this tournament. I won it in 2010, and then come close, but been just outside. So yeah, it's been good.
So whereabouts are you from?
I'm from Darlington, so north east.
Yeah,
Yeah, quite local for me. Yeah.
I've been golfing probably about 14 or 15 years. Started playing when I was about 15, so 29 now, so yeah, about 14 years. Really enjoying it as well.
And how did you hear about one-armed golf?
Through members of the Golf Society here. I know a guy from Ireland who kind of taught me how to swing with one hand, and yeah, well, I got involved with the Society of One-Armed Golfers then, and been playing with them since I'm 16, so it's been really good.
Have you travelled very far to be here today?
Well, I'm from Ireland, so I came from Dublin, so I had the ferry over wasn't too bad, so yeah, so a little bit of travelling, but not too much, not as far as others.
Have you competed in this contest before?
I have indeed. I actually, 2019 I was the winner, so I'm the current world champion at the moment, so hoping to retain my title this afternoon. I just had a good semi-final there, so I got through anyway, so hoping things go my way in the afternoon and we can have a back-to-back champion.
So how long have you been golfing for?
Oh, about probably getting on to 35 years now, yeah.
How did you find out about one-armed golf?
Oh, well, I think it was through a paper article in the end. That was quite a few years ago now. I've been playing for a good 20 years here.
Have you been to this specific course before as well?
Yeah, this is our third time back here.
So have you played in this contest as well before?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And where have you travelled from today?
Just outside Dover.
Oh, right, okay.
So all the way down the bottom, all the way down south.
Has there been a contest down there before? Or?
Yeah, we had the Fight Master Cup back in 2018, which is our one-armed golf society against the Americans.
And what's the best that you've came in one of these contests?
I've won it. I won back in 2016.
So how long have you been golfing for?
27 years.
And how did you get into one-armed golf?
It was in my hometown, Helsingborg. I played at a pay-and-play that said you should be competing, and so I went on in Sweden first, and then I joined the society a couple of years back.
Have you played at this golf course before, or visited Tynemouth before?
Yeah, we were here in 2017. We had a championship here, so it's my second week here in Tynemouth.
So how many times have you competed in this championship? Has it just been the one other time, or has there been a couple?
Around 10 times, I think. 10, 12 years, something like that.
What's the best that you've done in one of them?
I've lost one final on the 18th hole once in Craigley Law, so that was a close one.
here with Darren Gray, the winner of the tournament. Firstly, congratulations on the win in the tournament. And what does that mean? What does that win mean for you?
It just means a bit more drive and hopefully a bit of inspiration for some other people. Part of the reason I obviously come and play golf is because I want to try and inspire and try and get more people into sport. For me to win it is quite exceptional. I'm really happy to have won it. It's my second time winning the championship now. It's just something I'm really proud to be part of. To be part of the society while I'm golfers is brilliant. Like I said, the idea is I always want to try and get more people involved. So obviously the more people that do come along, it's always better. The tournament becomes bigger and just becomes wider for more people to see.
Yeah, I mean, it was competed with people from all over the World Championship. I mean, us being slightly impartial, it's great that someone from the Northeast was managed to win it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said you've won it before.
Yeah.
How does this win rank compared to the other win that you had?
It sunk in a little bit later than when the first one did, because the first one was kind of happened and then everything all came at once. The second time has been a little bit different because I'm a little bit older now. My career has moved into kind of different strides. This year has been a little bit up and down for me in my golfing world. Obviously turning professional a couple of years ago, I think that kind of put me on a bit of a high and low points, because kind of being a professional's kind of put me to the stage where I feel a bit like a new golfer in a new golf club. Kind of you're still trying to understand things, learn new things, but also you're not playing golf as much because I'm starting to teach now, and obviously trying to run a shop and being part of a new golf club is a new challenge. So like I say, that's where I'm kind of at the moment with it. So it's been a little bit, it's been nice, but it hasn't quite been what I expected to be in a little bit of a way.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
And I mean, you've obviously won the World Championship. How many hours training does that take growing up to get to this level?
Well, whenever you start golf's a sport where you've got to do it over a long period of time. The amount of hours I used to spend, like I used to stick a pair of headphones in when I was a kid, sit there on a putting green, and literally I used to just hit ball off the ball from 6 foot, 10 foot, and I used to just do that when I was younger. Same with chipping, anywhere on the greens. Longer game took a lot more years to kind of try and gauge extra distance and some things like that. My distances still aren't amazingly brilliant, they are decent, and they can get me around the golf course. And certainly the same as anyone, you want to hit the ball further, but obviously you still want the control as well. So it's just a little bit of that. But like I say, the hours and the time I've put in, I can't even count, to be honest. There's days when I've literally been at a golf club, being dropped off at 6:30 in the morning, I've not been picked up until 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, because that's how much time I used to put in when I was younger.
Yeah, I mean, you've kind of alluded to it a little bit there. We're kind of doing a documentary here almost to find a little bit more about you, hopefully inspire other people. Could you tell us a little bit about your disability and how you kind of got into golfing and the challenges that kind of brings?
Yeah, so my disability, it's from myself, was actually from birth. When I was younger, it was my dad who kind of brought me along and then said, like, oh, we'll get you to go into some groups. Went onto a field at first, just started hitting a golf ball from a cut down club. He said, oh, we'll just get you to try and hit the ball. Started to hit the ball a little bit, went into some like junior coaching, probably did 5 or 10 lessons with that, and then kind of just try to do things for myself, because some of the things from being in lessons when I was younger, a lot younger before, a lot of it was kind of just go to the field, just kind of hit balls, go and pick them up, come back. It's now changed, so the progression's coming a lot more. There's a lot more on kind of the ability to try and persuade more people to come into golf. Obviously there are challenges, but every degree of difficulty is kind of assessed by person. Obviously when I was younger, disability or no disability, everyone's kind of watched and looked at and kind of seen what you can and can't do. So the disability hasn't held me back. To be honest, I'd probably say it's probably pushed me along a little bit more to try and do something. And I'd always say to anyone, like, if they're unsure, like, come on, just give it a go. You never know. You might find a new enjoyment, new sport you just love and want to do.
Yeah, and what are some of the challenges that you have, and also what would you say to someone who's maybe in a similar position that is thinking about taking up golf?
If you want a lesson, you want to have a free taster session kind of to get into it and come and have a look, just give me a ring. You can always come and give it a try, you know. I'm open to anyone trying a new sport. Like I say, you can be in a wheelchair, you can have no arms, you can have no legs. There's always a way around playing golf. Like I say, a lot of people, even though I've won like this World Championship, there's people out there I know who play golf and they kind of don't get seen. Where I'll see them and I think, well, they're quite an inspiration to see, because like I say, I'll see people with no legs playing, I'll see people with no arms playing, and like I said, the levels aren't quite picked up, because even though they're not playing scratch golf, they're limited to what they can do because of their disability. So for instance, if I've got a wheelchair golfer who's a para golfer, they might only have upper rotation, so obviously they're going to be limited to the speeds and things they can get there. So like I say, everybody's different, but anybody can play. Like I say, that's what a handicap's for. It's there to try and level the playing field and try and make sure no one has an advantage.
Yeah, and is it true, we've done some research, is it true that you were the first one-on PGA pro golfer, is that right?
Within the UK, I think. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's accurate, but I'm not 100% sure. But from what I gather, it kind of is.
And also we looked here, what other awards and accomplishments have you got in golf? And you mentioned you've already won the World Championship twice.
Yeah, so in America I was given a Kentucky Colonel status back in 2000, I think it was 2010, 2012. I've won numerous national and international events, England and Scotland events. I've got quite a long list within golf. I've had achievements of 3 holes in 1, and let's say, to be honest, I've just travelled quite a bit, so I've done a little bit around there. I want to do a little bit more on European Disabled Tour and hopefully J4D Tour, which has come along as part of DP World Tour. So hopefully that's the goal in the next couple of years.
Yeah, and we also heard that you could have represented Team GB in swimming. Yeah,
when I was younger, like I say, I used to swim quite a lot. There was several hours, heavy endurance sport I'd class it as. I'd probably say my fitness levels aren't as good as what they used to be, because when I used to swim and I used to actually play golf, I literally felt like I could run around a golf course. I don't feel that way as much now. Maybe it's just me getting a little bit older as well. But yeah, there was a time when, like I was saying, I was doing 2 hours to an hour and a half of swimming in the morning, half an hour in a lunchtime when I was at school, and then I used to do a couple of hours swimming on a night as well. But yeah, I've missed out on Paralympics, and I probably could have pushed it a little bit further, but I didn't quite enjoy it in the competition side of it as much as I wanted to. But like I say, I used to swim nationally, and I didn't go international, but I did go nationally with swimming. So yeah. Yeah, and you're a pro golfer with Tynemouth Golf Club. Yeah. How did you arrive here? What's the journey? What are your plans for the future as well? So the journey is all about development, kind of, for the club. Like I say, I came in here kind of like very open-minded. It feels like, even though it's an older golf club, it's now more accessible to people. Golf's now become an industry now where anybody can play, and that's what I like about it. It's opened up more, dress codes are a little bit more relaxed. Hopefully with this club, it's kind of, like I said, it's all kind of in development. I think it will be for about the next year and a half. Hopefully I'll have my own academy one day, so my own driving range, which will be hopefully my academy, is something I'm definitely looking at in the future. And obviously just being up here and being part of this golf club has been absolutely amazing. I've been very welcomed by the members and guests who come along. It's quite surprising standing in the shop and you've got head pro on your top, and I'm like, hang on, you've only got one arm and you play golf. So yeah, you still get that even being in the shop. So, but like I say, there's nothing more better than going standing on the first tee, cracking one down the middle of the fairway, and they're like, oh, okay, yeah. And you're with the One Arm Golf Society as well. Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about the society? Yeah, so the society came first of all in 1932. A lot, obviously, golfers started coming from the wars, and when the Second World War came, obviously more people started being. It then opened up a lot more to anyone who's been an amputee, or like I say, even if someone's been born with it, and it's just progressed over and over the years. The society's got a lot more older members in now than it does younger, so obviously the plan is to try and develop it a little bit more and try and get more growth and more youngsters involved, which part of my job now is a little bit on social media, and so the Instagrams, Facebooks, things like that. I'm going to try and drive them as much as I can, show people all the different swings, that like nobody swings exactly the same, so hopefully it'll grow from there again, and we'll just pick more people up.
Yeah, I mean, we'll put the links in the description for anyone who wants to check that out.
Yeah.
You're an absolute trailblazer. It's incredible to meet you, and hopefully your story inspires a lot of others to get involved in the sport.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Okay, and is there anything you want to add, or any other questions that you think might be relevant as well that we haven't asked?
Just like I say, if anyone wants to get in touch, just please feel free to contact me directly. You can contact the society, anyone involved, you know, just don't be shy. England Golf now know about it, you know, there's mass ways into it, and there's not just disabled, there's not just one arm golf, there's EDCA, which is European Disabled Golf as well, so I say get in touch with them, try and be involved. You'll be very surprised at the amount of people you'll see, and the amount of disabilities, inspirational people you'll see with different stories as well. I say nobody's the same, and everyone's background is different.